First of all, Mr. Williams, I'm glad to see you here. I support your union. In fact, I'm proud. I've got a big plaque in one of my offices from the painters. I'm saying this to you respectfully. There are a lot of members that you have that would thoroughly, intensely, completely disagree with what you say. And I hope you meet out with all the locals and all the people that are really doing the job and really working hard. I just want you to know that. Temporary protected status was created with a noble cause in mind. It was meant to reflect America at its best, a compassionate but lawful way for our country to assist those going through unavoidable disaster. And just as importantly, it was meant to be temporary. That's why it has that name. Congress was clear about it from the very beginning. TPS was never, ever intended to be permanent. It was never meant to be a pathway to permanent residency or citizenship. It was never intended to replace asylum, and it was never intended to become an open-end program that expands indefinitely without accountability. That's just wrong. When TPS is limited in scope, limited in time, and tied directly to real conditions on the ground, it has worked, and we've seen that. It's America at its best. In the late 1990s, the United States provided temporary protection to hundreds of thousands of Kosovars fleeing a brutal contact. They came to America. They were here for a limited time. It was tied directly to conditions on the ground. And when the conflict ended, they went home. That is the way it was supposed to work. And it's supposed to look that way. It helps people through a genuine emergency. It's the right thing to do, but that's not what's happening now. Designations are repeatedly extended. Entire countries now remain under TPS for decades at a long time, long after the original crisis has passed. And the message this sends is unmistakable. If you can make it here, eventually the rules will allow you to bend and to stay here. And that's wrong because so many people have come here legally and worked so hard to be here, and we value immigration and we value those immigrants that came here, and we think that they have value always. But we're misusing the system and it disrespects those who do it the right way. And the communities, the councilman talked about it. These places were never asked if they wanted to do this. They were never consulted. They were never given the resources to absorb decisions made in D.C. as usual. Schools are overwhelmed, hospitals are strained, police and first responders are stretched thin. And who pays it all? The hard-working men and women, many of them members of unions that are tired of it. We care about people in crisis, and we care also about respecting the law. So that's why this hearing matters. Mr. Chairman, thank you for doing this. We appreciate it. And it's exactly what I look forward to today, discussing this. I'm going to ask quick questions because I don't want to run out of time. Forgive me for this. I wish we had an hour to go through this, but we don't from each member here. So I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask a yes or a no. And first I'm going to ask Mr. Fishman. Just a yes or no. Was temporary protected status intended by Congress to last for decades?
No.
Thank you. Yet we have TPS designations that have lasted more than 3 decades. Is that correct, yes or no?
At least 2 decades.
2 to 3 decades.
So. Yeah. Yes.
Was TPS ever intended to become a permanent alternative to asylum or lawful permanent residency?
No.
Was it intended to be an alternative to legal immigration, which we love?
No.
Did Congress envision eligibility dates being repeatedly moved forward to cover people who arrived long after the original disaster? Yes or no?
No.
And what practices occurred repeatedly under current recent administrations? Is that correct?
Yes.
If a program lasts for decades and cannot realistically end, is it still temporary in any meaningful sense? Yes or no?
No.
For Mr. Rogers, as TPS is currently administered, remain limited in scope and duration as the statute requires?
No.
So the program is no longer operating as Congress, this body, designed it. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes.
Do repeated extensions and redesignations of TPS create incentives for additional illegal immigration?
Yes.
So TPS is no longer just responding to emergencies, it is shaping future migration decisions illegally. Is that correct?
Yes.
So in practice, once TPS is granted, it really results in departure ever anymore.
No, it doesn't result in departure.
Okay. I don't have any more time, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.